If anyone had told me how to manage expectations when I was young, just fresh after college, then I would be in a better place today. I would be in a better position. So, welcome to Beyond Faces. My name is Moses Abukutsa. Today I'm just thinking. I'm not telling a story, but I'm just thinking. Sometime just after I left college, I had very great expectations. The expectations were informed by no rational thinking, but quite an emotional turbulence that was as a result of the age I was in and the fantasies I had built in college that had no mirror of reality, the reality that was out of my scope, the reality that was within the scope of life outside college. So when I stepped outside college, after I graduated as a teacher, I had the dream of just having myself a new car in a short time. I actually gave myself 6 months, and my dream car at that time, my beginning car that I thought I would have after 6 months after I left college, was a Beetle, a second-hand Beetle. So reality started checking in when I got my first job, and this job was a teaching job employed by the board of management and not by the government. So as I waited for permanent employment by government, I interimly took up this job by a board of management, and I was earning that was the year 2009, and I was earning 6,000 Kenyan shillings. 6,000 Kenyan shillings is about $60. So reality started checking in that indeed the great expectations I had had could not fit in the 6,000 shillings I was earning. I kept up hope. Indeed, I was hopeful that sooner rather than later I would get a better job. And I was actually banking on getting a job in the media, especially in the newsprint media. I had attended one interview in one of the leading newspapers in Kenya. So I was waiting for feedback as I took up this job. Unfortunately, I got feedback that was a regret, and it was after this that I started scaling down my ambitions. Scaling down, not because I wanted to scale down, but because the reality of life was hitting back at me in the position I was in. So I learned my lesson at that time that indeed it is important for someone to have information and have their dreams and ambitions tempered with prospects of reality. I suffered a lot of stress, because after 6 months I was not driving the Beetle, of course. So a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety hit me. But had I had my ambitions tampered within the realities that come after college, I would have been patient, I would have planned my life proper, I would have given myself a realistic timeline. I'm not saying it is bad to have dreams and ambitions, but I'm saying one of the reasons why great expectations fail after college is that we have unrealistic ambitions, in the sense that we make ambitions without tempering them with reality. And by tempering them with reality, I mean giving yourself a realistic timeline to attain these ambitions. Because the truth is, after 6 months, I did not have a car, and not because I did not have great expectations, but because the reality on the ground in life was just quite different from the reality of castles I had been building back in college. And I know many college students are about to graduate or have graduated, and they have great expectations, and so many other people have great expectations of things they are anticipating in life. I only want to encourage each one of us with great expectations to give them a realistic timeline to achieve them. Otherwise, your expectations will go up in smoke, and once they go up in smoke, that's when you start having anxieties, you start having regrets, you start having stress, and sometimes it goes to the dangerous, lethal levels of depression. So I'm talking to that college student, that university student, that high school student, or that student who has just gotten a letter to get into university, and they have very great expectations. Good. It's good to live a positive life and have great expectations and be optimistic. However, as you go into your new life, I want to talk to you and ask you to have realistic timelines and have information about your area of ambition. And seek, nowadays we have information, seek information all over the place, and look up to those that have succeeded in those areas and find out how they went about it. And above all, be patient. Be patient. I insist, be patient, because one of the major problems we have in our generation is impatience. So be patient, things will turn out well, and if it fails to turn out well, there's always time to do it a second time. There's always a second chance. I've had a second chance to evaluate my ambitions. There are things that derailed my ambitions. I have had an opportunity by God's grace to have a second chance in life. So don't despair if you are here and you've not achieved whatever you planned even after 10 years. There is a second chance. There's a second chance, because until you attain your purpose, God is not done with you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Beyond Faces. My name is Abukuta Moses, and Just stay tuned and be realistic. See you.